Goats, majestic, hilarious, mysterious. Few animals command such a strange cocktail of admiration, laughter and bewilderment, but beneath their quirky antics lies a fascinating story of survival, adaptability, and the constant quest for whatever's at the top of that hill. Let's start with the basics. Goats are members of the Capra aegagrus hircus species, domesticated over 10,000 years ago. Yes, these fluffy rebels were among the first animals humans decided to wrangle into being useful. And thank goodness for that, because goats have gifted humanity with milk, meat, fibre, and most importantly, countless viral YouTube videos. But why are goats so, well, goaty? First, let's talk about their eyes. Those rectangular pupils, pure nightmare fuel for some, but a genius evolutionary adaptation for goats. These eyes give them a panoramic field of vision, about 320 degrees. They can see nearly everything around them without moving their heads. So when you're sneaking up on a goat with your phone for the perfect Instagram shot, trust me, they already see you. They're just pretending not to notice. And those horns, they're not just for jousting other goats in what looks like the farm animal version of WrestleMania. Horns are an extension of their skull, made of keratin, the same stuff in your fingernails. They use them for self-defense, establishing dominance and sometimes just scratching that hard-to-reach itch. Now let's address the screaming. Contrary to popular belief, not all goats scream like teenagers at a horror movie. That's a specific breed called the pygmy goat, and they've mastered the art of melodramatic vocals. In the wild, goats communicate with bleats to stay in touch with their herd. But let's face it, some of them seem to have discovered that humans find screaming hilarious, and they're milking it for all it's worth. Speaking of milking, goat milk is a nutritional powerhouse. It's easier to digest than cow's milk and is consumed by about 65% of the global population. Goat milk is even used to make some of the fanciest cheeses, like chèvre. Fun fact, while making goat cheese, the milk gets curdled with rennet, which is essentially a digestive enzyme from the stomach of a calf. Yup, cheese making is just controlled scientific weirdness, and goats are at the centre of it. Let's move on to their dietary habits, or as I like to call it, the what won't they eat segment. Goats are infamous for eating tin cans and paper. Here's the thing, they don't actually eat cans. They're nibblers, not trash compactors. Goats use their incredibly mobile lips to explore objects, and they'll often chew on things to figure out if it's food. What they're really after is the glue or labels on those cans, rich in nutrients apparently. In the wild, goats are natural foragers with an eclectic palate. They'll eat grass shrubs, tree bark and plants that other animals wouldn't dare touch. This makes them excellent at maintaining landscapes and even combating invasive plant species. They're basically the world's cutest environmentalists. Goats are also incredible climbers. Some species, like the alpine ibex, scale near vertical cliffs like gravity is just a suggestion. Why? Because they're after mineral-rich salt deposits in the rocks. Imagine being so determined for a snack that you risk your life to get it. Relatable, right? Let's not forget their social lives. Goats are herd animals with complex social structures. They form bonds, have best friends, and even hold grudges. Researchers from the University of Goat Herd Studies, okay, that one's fake, but actual studies confirm that goats are emotionally intelligent. They can distinguish between happy and angry human facial expressions and will even mirror the mood they pick up on. So next time you're grumpy around a goat, just know they're judging you. And we can't ignore their offspring. Baby goats, or kids, are arguably the most adorable creatures on the planet. They're born with a natural ability to hop, jump, and generally behave like caffeinated toddlers at a trampoline park. Why all the bouncing? It's partly to strengthen their muscles and partly to make us squeal with joy. Now let's address one of the most underrated goat talents, fainting. This quirk is seen in a breed called the myotonic goat. When startled, their muscles temporarily freeze, causing them to tip over like a cartoon character. They don't actually faint, they're fully conscious the whole time. And while it's harmless, you can't help but wonder if they do it partly for the attention. Goats are also masters of adaptation. They can thrive in deserts, mountains, and even urban environments. This adaptability has made them a vital resource for many cultures worldwide. From the nomadic Bedouins of the Middle East to the herders of the Andes, goats are more than just livestock, they're lifelines. So the next time you see a goat, whether it's scaling a cliff, munching on your shirt, or staring at you with those unsettlingly rectangular pupils, take a moment to appreciate their weird, wonderful brilliance. After all, goats aren't just animals, they're nature's comedians, survivalists, and, dare I say, philosophers of the barnyard.